Can we talk artificial intelligence for a second?
Of course.
Thank you. So, okay, so I remember last year everything was about NFTs and that burned out. But artificial intelligence is only going to get bigger because it's not going anywhere.
Right.
What would you tell someone who is a non-techie,
Uh-huh.
Feels like, oh, it's just a fad, it's artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. How can you tell people that they need to start embracing these things because it's only going to impact our lives as we go along, if not already?
Yeah. So AI is something that's unlike NFTs. It isn't going to go away. I preach the gospel of trying these things out. The thing about the ChatGPTs is they're basically free. You should be trying them, and it doesn't mean that you actually have to adopt them or become a thing, but you need to expose yourself to them in order to understand them enough that you could ignore them later on if you wanted to. So I think there is a certain what I call technical literacy, tech literacy, of the necessary thing of touching these and understanding them so that you don't have to rely on other people's opinion about them and whether they're good or bad or whatever. And also collectively, I think the only way for us to steer these technologies is to use them. And we can think about these a lot. A lot of people have thoughts about them, and there's a lot of people who have thoughts about them that never use them, and those are basically not useful at all. What we want to do is we want to use these, and through the use of them, we can discover what they're actually good for, what they're actually bad for, rather than what we can imagine them good for or imagine them bad for. So, like, for instance, employment, I've been trying to track down if there's been a single artist who has lost their job to AI, and I have not found any. There have been some other couple little narrow niche occupations like transcribers, caption transcribers that have lost their jobs, but artists, I haven't found any. And yet that is kind of a worry about it. But that's a worry. It's an imaginary worry. There hasn't been any. The evidence so far is nobody has been fired because of AI in terms of the arts. So I think I just want to emphasize that use them, try them out, have your first person experience that you can build on and have an opinion on it after that.
Other than ChatGPT, what are other AI applications that you like?
I use the image generators, and I post something every day that together AI and I together make art. In the past years, I've done art every day that I made for myself by myself, and now I'm making the art with AI, and I'm perfectly confident and at ease in co-signing it because I spent hours working with the AIs to make something good enough to post. It's very easy to have the AIs make something immediately, but it's not usually it's interesting, it's cool, but to make something really great, you have to kind of work with these things over and over again and spend a lot of time and have a conversation. And so I'm happy to say this is a joint effort. And so these are called like Midjourney. There's DALL-E, the Stable Diffusion. Google just announced one today, their image version. So there's lots of them around. A lot of them have free options. Go and use them. And particularly if you're not an artist, that's what we're talking about. Is you can say, I can't paint. I can't. Well, all the more reason to try one of these because this new medium, this new thing may be just the thing for you. You may just really blossom using it.
Right. So before